Today we're going to be comparing the Mesa Mark IV emulation on 4 different amp modelers. Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Taylor and I do all sorts of guitar related stuff here on my channel. If that's something you're into, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss my videos. And if you could be so kind as to press the little like button while you're down there, I'd really appreciate it. That's the one that looks like the thumbs up. So what are we doing today? If you're familiar with any of my comparison videos that I've been doing, then you should have a pretty good idea of what the format's like. But for those of you who are new, we're going to take a DI track from a song I'm working on and reamp it through 4 different modelers: the GE200, Hot Tone Ampero, the HX Stomp, and the axefx 3. We'll reamp the DI signal with each one of the modelers and use the stock cab IRs that are in each one, as well as using third-party cab impulse responses, so that way you can get a comparison of what the modelers sound like just stock out of the box, as well as what they sound like when you add a third-party IR. We'll be doing all of that within the context of a mix, and then at the end of the video, we'll solo the guitars so that you can hear what's happening with just the guitars without any post-processing EQ or anything like that. So the model that I chose for this week is the Mesa Mark series of amplifiers.
Boo! The motor doesn't even have a Mark IV. What are you talking about?
Well, I was gonna get to that. Can I finish what I was saying?
This comparison's bullshit.
Dude, I don't know why you get to come in here and just like interrupt my video. It's pretty rude, don't you think?
Uh-oh, I dropped my vape.
Okay, so like I was saying, the GE200 has a Mark V. The Mesa has a bunch of different Mark style amps and a bunch of different variations of that amp. The Ampero has a Mark IV patch in it, I believe, and I want to say the HX Stomp has a Mark V as well. I could be wrong on that, I'm not exactly sure, but I will leave the information in the description below, so if you want to look over the details, please check that out.
Boring, you talk too much.
Okay, I get it. You're right, I talk too much. You know, maybe there's some people out there who watch this that like, you know, don't have friends and they enjoy this. Oh, you don't think so? Why? Because you're such a people person and you know people so well.
You're a joke.
Thank you. Anyways, the settings on all the units are the same. They're all being boosted with an 808 style overdrive, and I had to get a little bit creative with the Ampero and the GE200, because with the Ampero and the GE200, they do not have the 5-band EQ built into the amp sim. So what I did was I actually just took a 5-band EQ and put it directly after the amp block and tried to dial it in to match the others to the best of my ability. All right, I think I've said all I need to say. Let's get to the comparison.
This comparison sucks. Doesn't even make sense.
Alright, so how do you guys feel about these different modelers and them modeling the Mark series of Mesa amplifiers? Let me know in the comments below. The more that I play with these, the Mark IV and the Ampero, or even like the Mark IIc++ in the axefx 3, I'm realizing that this is one of my favorite amplifiers. And it kind of makes sense, right? Because this is known as one of Mesa's most versatile amplifiers, and it was made popular by bands like Metallica and guitar players like John Petrucci, and it's just a classic amplifier that is highly sought after, and it's really awesome that some rendition of it exists in each one of these modelers, and I think that you can get really awesome tones with this one. So I was really excited to make this video because yeah, I've been enjoying this amp a lot, and it's one of those things where the more I tone quest with it and the more I dive into it, I realize how much this amp is truly capable of. And I'm really excited to get one in here into a blind shootout. This is one of the amps that is definitely on the list to come into the studio and have a blind shootout done, so make sure to stay tuned for that one because that one's gonna be really awesome. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for me. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the comments below. I really enjoy reading your guys' comments and which modelers you prefer and what you think about the different tones, so keep doing that, that's awesome. If you want to download these patches or the IRs, check the description below, I have a link for that. And if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one. Alright, bye guys.